Hey guys, this is Israel. I'm the creator of Kingdom Koncept, and this is our podcast. Today I'd like to welcome you, and I hope that you find inspiration, encouragement, and transformation to your life. Enjoy this episode. Hello everyone. Hello. What's up? What it do? What's happening? So, on yesterday, I made a post on Facebook, and it was deleted by accident. Now, I typed so much that I actually couldn't remember exactly what I said, so I didn't make an attempt to retype the whole thing. Instead, I said, well, either I'm gonna do a video or I'm gonna do a podcast or both. But the post talked about being aware of the move of God and the presence of God in your life. You know, through ideologies in the church world, we're taught that everything bad is the devil. You know, we were never taught to actually look at each individual situation and, you know, to look at the situation and say, well, is this something that I caused to happen to myself, or is this an attack from the enemy, or is this God trying to do something in my life? I know it took me years, at least, you know, almost a decade to really understand that. You know, in the beginning of the post, I said that, you know, we mostly give God praise and glory for the highlights in our lives. You know, when we accomplish things. You know, I use the example of closing on a house. You know, just good things, new cars. You know, businesses. You know, the whole nine. But we gotta take note that God, you know, a lot of times God, he uses certain situations that we would end up calling the lowlights in our lives to, you know, change things in us, bring transformation into our lives and to transform our thinking. That's kind of hard, you know, for God to accomplish. And before you say, well, ain't no thing too hard for God. Well, when you're fighting against him, what he's trying to do in your life, you know, you're going to mess it up. So just listen. But with these ideologies that we've been, you know, accustomed to, and let's just back up. I guess we can call this the official introduction into the ideology series. I wanted to do something over the summer, but sometimes we want to do and what God is doing don't line up, so we got to yield to God. But let's look at the definition of ideology. Now, the Merriam-Webster definition, they actually give three definitions, A, B, and C. So A, it's a manner or the content of thinking, characteristic of an individual, group, or culture, or the integrated assertions, theories, and the claims that constitute a socio-political program. And then you got C, it is a systematic body of concepts, especially about human life or culture. So those are the three Webster definitions. Now, let's get back to what I was saying. So we look at everything as the trick of the enemy. That's what we taught. You know, we can't pay our bills, or we can't seem to stay in relationships, or we can't seem to keep jobs. You know, we're taught that, oh, it's the enemy, it's the enemy, it's the enemy, it's the enemy. And what I used to hear a lot, I know a lot of church folk, they heard this, oh, it's a test. It's a test. You know, everything that, you know, happens to you that's like bad or cause a negative aspect in your life, it's always a test. That's what we say. You know, we say that to make ourselves feel good, Because once again, we were never taught to go back and see if we were the actual culprits. So now we have a bunch of people walking around and we are behind time. We have missed out on time that God wanted to bless us and do certain things in our lives, but we didn't have the right mindset to receive him. Once again, we thank God for the highlights, but we don't thank God for the low moments. We'll thank God for the packed U-Haul, ready to be unloaded at the new house that you just closed on. But you don't think about the times when you couldn't pay that mortgage, or your car got repoed, or your car almost got repoed. But, of course, God worked it out. And even if he didn't work it out, it was still an opportunity for God to change something in you. Now, we look at the negative aspects and we say, oh, God didn't work it out. I lost my car. God didn't work it out. I lost my job. Why didn't God work it out? But in reality, he did work it out, because God's presence is more prevalent in the middle of the storm. When all hell was breaking loose and your life is all messed up and things is crazy, money acting funny, it's easier to see Jesus standing in the boat in the middle of the storm in the ocean versus when everything is going good. Because when everything's going good, we don't pay attention to God. We just live our happy-go-lucky lives, and we do what we want, when we want, and how we want to do it. And the next time we think about God is when God give us a nudge because he wants our attention, and things start to, kind of go awry again. And that's when we usually go back to God. Once again, that is a mindset that we've taken on because we grew up in that mindset. So now we have to go back. And of course, we can't make up for lost time, but we have to go back and empty out all of the backwards ideologies that we were taught. And we have to get to know God on a deeper level and on a much different level than before. Like, we have to actually get to know him and understand how he operates in our lives. I mean, I thank God for the good times. I thank God for the blessings. I mean, who wouldn't be grateful for the bless? I mean, who wouldn't think? I mean, who wouldn't be happy about the blessings that God gives? But call me crazy, but I thank God for the gutter times too, because those were the times that sorry y'all, those were the times that I got closer and closer to God. Hey guys, this is Israel yet again. To the brand new and the returning listeners, I wanted to say thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you've all found this episode to be enriching and encouraging. Be sure to follow us, and until next time, be encouraged, be inspired, and be a reflection of God's light and love.